Well, the EMTs have just finished working on Ross Williams and David Stanfield here. That was the most insane thing I have ever seen. Well, it's going to happen all day long. We're into heat number 6, round number 4. Stu Kennedy, Sully Bailey, Keawe Bale, and Josh Kerr. Another barn burner of a heat, and the sets are stacking on the horizon. He sits to the inside. Here we go. Who's going to paddle for the first wave? And again, it looks like Josh Kerr jumped on an early wave with a 2.33. Not much of a score. Ibele gets a 5.0. And we pick things up with our surfer again in blue, Josh Kerr. He's not wasting any time. Don't waste till the last minute. It's the first really wave of the set. Second wave goes unridden. Knocking some heads out there. But yesterday I talked to Sully Bailey, and Bailey says his dad is out there caddying for him, which is pretty cool. Andrew? Don't know if he's doing it today as we take a look at Ibele. And this was during the break.
Keawe Bale again, tied for first on the QS ratings. This is all about pride. And he's put together some crazy highlights in this event. You know, he's known for boosting big airs and his small wave tactics, but I'm very impressed with Keawe Bale and how he's managing big waves here at Sunset Beach. He's looking strong to campaign for next year on a CT level. And Josh Kerr, look at that, tucking in. That wave was always going to close out for him, but he said, I don't care. He's going to wear this thing right on the head. And this is actually on the outside. You can see late takeoff for Josh, waiting for that thing to let him in. Barely gets underneath the curtain, but it just kind of knocked him off his heels, and he couldn't hang on.
The first wave is best at 2.33. Still waiting for Ibele's first wave. It could come in at a near a 5. Well, let's. You know, we're going crazy here. We're having heart attacks up here. And he goes, yeah, can't believe I needed a 1.7.
He's got work left. Good for him. He's keeping his nose down.
He definitely picks his words. Look at this beautiful bottom turn. Wraps off the top. Ibele is not wasting any time. He opened up with a 5.0. Has taken the lead with that one wave, and now he's trying to back it up. Next wave looks beautiful. Is anybody on it? Thought somebody was thinking about it, but no.
I love Kaipo too. How you doing between the ears? Awesome question there. And Dusty, he didn't even flinch. He's like, I'm good now. That was classic.
I'm good now, but it just shows there's no nerves at all.
No, he's got work left. And, you know, we're talking about points and all that. Really, he wants to make it to the finals so that he can just kind of breathe easy at Pipeline. And here we go. This is Sully Bailey, another guy who's looking solid on the ratings here. And just an okay wave there. That's not going to be a keeper of a score.
Well, I think he lost 2 spots at 49th at the Hawaiian Pro, but right now...
Big talent coming up on the tour, and they're right there. They're poised to make the CT level.
There's some older Groms and there's some younger Groms, but either way, yeah, knocking on the door. As we take a look at Ibele again. Ibele's got a beautiful wave to the inside. Will he go for a possible cover-up? No, just some wrapping turns. Maybe an opportunity here as it closes out. Nice hit of the lip, and it takes him down. Yeah, well, it looks to be like a good, solid move. Sunset really dishes punishment.
It's tough to get a nice maneuver on that last section because it breathes up and down. It kind of has some backwash, and it also bends out to sea a little bit. So it's very tough to get a decent maneuver that comes easy. It's always you're gonna have to work really hard for it. Either a big floater. Ideally, that wave, on the inside bowl will be hollow, and you can just pull in and stand in one of those notorious Sunset caves. But that's not the case right here. It kind of bends away from him, so you can see he was trying to chase the lip there and get something to hit, but it just hit that deep spot.
Stu Kennedy finishing his wave here, using his first priority, getting on board and getting some points for him. 19 minutes on the clock. We are looking at 30-minute heats. This is round 4, heat number 6. I believe of the Triple Crown of Surfing. Vans putting this on for 31 years. And who is going to win not only the Vans World Cup, but a couple more new surfers out of Hawaii are going to qualify for that Billabong Pipe Master Invitational. Let's take a look at this.
All the action's going to move down the beach to Pipe after the dust settles here at Sunset. And there's that smooth, fundamental carves from Stu Kennedy. I love the way this guy surfs. Beautiful style, but you can see that wave kind of hit a lot of deep water through the midsection. Didn't really give him that nice steep wall to get that easy score, so he's going to be working out there. Back pocket there just to make sure you can get in on your own, because our water security, they have to keep their eyes on the surfers in the heat.
We did have a couple of surfers early on that did not take fins out, and they learned a lesson. And
that's now
everybody's doing the fins thing or the secondary backup board. Well, here we go, and out the back deep in the lineup, and Sully Bailey. Bailey right now is a 2.83 in his scoreline, the 20-year-old out of Suffolk Park, New South Wales. And that's just north of, I believe, Brokenhead and near Byron Bay, south of Byron. What a beautiful area to surf, great surfing communities.
Yeah, this is an interesting heat because just like the heat prior with Dusty Payne, Soli Belli as well as Stu Kennedy, a lot on the line here. They really want to advance through this round so they can get deep into this event and crack that top 10. They're so close, just a couple of heats away from, you know, getting in amongst the conversation, getting that like 20,000 mark. That's kind of the golden number to make that top 10.
He's going to need some help from other people to knock off some guys. He needs to charge hard. We pick up Soli Bailey. Bailey's got a beautiful wall to the inside. His last wave, a 2.90. Look at this. And he's got a section, he's got to chase it down, but not before he gets a couple of nice turns in. A 6.10 would take him into the lead. Josh Kerr. Boy, Josh has had a tough time to start things off. I believe that was Josh. That could have been his third wave.
Clamped so far, but you know Josh is going to tuck into one of them. So this heat is still wide open, as you said, Dave. No real big numbers here yet.
Coming up, Heat 7, Makuakai Rothman, Vasco Ibedo, Matt Wilkinson, and Gabriel Medina. And there is Wilco heading out into the lineup as we take a look at our surfer, Stu Kennedy. Kennedy, this is his second wave. He's waited a long time. And that was a lot of foam on that wave to negotiate.
Very foamy. And Stu just looking for some kind of score. He's trying to, get to work out there. He knows that no one's really grabbed any huge numbers, so not a bad idea just to grab this whitewashy wave. I'm sure to him, he said, this wave looks like it's going to be kind of difficult, but I don't care. I need to just get some work done. So a little snap there. There's the backwash. He times it, kind of skips over it. And right as he went to do one more maneuver, those fins skipped out.
Let's take a look at Kerr now. Kerr's found some open face to work, a little cover-up section maybe, and it just comes down on him. He gets some nice rail work, so Kerr back into the hunt. He needs to at least replace a 2.33 or better his 2.33. That's his high score. With 9:31 remaining, and what we've seen in the closing minutes of these heats, you don't know who's going to win until the last 30 seconds.
It's so wide open. But I will say Soli Bailey is looking pretty good. At least he's got half the job done with a 6. Same for Kyle with the 5. Those are kind of the strong players. I think Josh Kerr is going to be in the mix with this wave right here. Look at the size there. Nice grab rail carve. Kind of wanted that thing to stand up for him just to get a little cheeky barrel, but you can see that wave just found the channel a little too quick and shut down. So that's going to keep the score really medium. In fact, it's a 3.83. Schedule is rich with quality waves, so I like his chances.
Bailey's in second. His last wave is 6.07, and that is the highest score of the heat, so he's in a good spot, and he's got second priority. Chasing him down, Stu Kennedy, who needs a 4.38, and Josh Kerr, who needs a 5.15. Josh's last wave, a 3.83. The minute a surfer stands up, even if he stands up and pulls out, will be scored. And a quick one for Ibelli. He loses priority, 0.30. But he's going to pick on this one right here and possibly just to get over to the channel. Yeah,
I think you're dead on there. He's just trying to get himself back into position. And a prone takeoff for Stu.
And that was ugly. That was not exactly what he wanted. And these late takeoffs, let's explain that. So they're doing these chip shots, and if you can't take off right out the back, you want to catch the corner of the whitewater. And you see Josh Kerr now in and out.
Same thing, just repositioning. You'll see so many prone takeoffs at Sunset Beach because you're simply caught off guard. You can't be in one perfect place out here. Sunset has a lot of room to breathe in terms of where to take off. So believe it or not, it's like a safe way to get out of the way rather than kind of falling down the face and ragdolling. You can, on purpose, jump out in front. But poor Kyle Ibelli, he was right there in the line of fire.
Here we go, our live action. We pick up our surfer, Stu Kennedy. Kennedy needs a score of a 4.38. Time's winding down for him. Gets a couple of turns in. And you know what? This could be a big move right here. He's moving to the inside to Val's Reef now. Can he make it? It's going to get ugly. A couple of double-ups, can't do it. Now he's really out of position. A lot of paddling. He needs a 4.38, and he's got a long way to go to get back in the lineup and make something happen. So did he get the 4.38? Very
risky decision trying to grab that double up through Val's Reef. That's definitely not a black and white situation there. That's a mediocre score. One nice turn though in the backwash. Let's take another look at it here and try and dissect this thing. See what kind of number we can grab. Pretty radical turn there. He went up to the top of the roof. and got kind of airborne with that backwash, and then he got a second carve in. So now that I see the replay, I really like his chances for, above a 4.83 or 4.38. I think it should be, in that 6.5 range. So we'll have to see what the judges drop for him, but he does have a long paddle back out.
Currently your leader out of Lennox Head. And don't count out this guy. He's dropped his second. He might jump up into the lead. Things might change in the last 15 seconds. On a beautiful move. Nice hack. Ibelli cutting loose right there. Is that a 6.48? If it is, Kennedy's going to drop his second.
Hard crusher for Soli Bailey, but Stu Kennedy looks solid to move through. Clutch performance for him, and his CT dreams are still alive.